Alright, y'all. We're gonna start this, what we've got going on here. I'm gonna unplug my keyboard so I can turn this around. I'll probably just be having it face this way so everybody can kind of see what's going on. But, we've got our switch pullers here, as well as a couple different, we're gonna see which ones I like better, but basically a couple different, keycap pullers. And I'll set those off to the side here. I guess I can put them above. Better lighting below, so we'll do the. It's a little hard to see because these are dark items, but yep, got keycap pullers, switch pullers. We got some dielectric grease. It says terminal grease, but underneath right here, it's a little. It won't focus very well, but it kind of says it says dielectric silicone compound. So basically, I'm going to use this to lube up my stabs. Stabilizers. I have not done that yet, and I figured I was going to wait until I got my new switches in to be able to do that. I'm going to move the mouse over to my charging dock so it's out of the way. And then, so right now, what I'm currently rocking in this board is, let's go ahead and open this up. So I got some Cherry MX Browns. When I first got into building keyboards, this is actually my first build I've done too. A lot of people were talking about Cherry MX, and they kind of seemed like the way to go. They weren't super expensive. Little did I know that MX Browns are kind of like the laughing stock of the keyboard community. So I went with MX Browns, and they actually took a while to get here. I bought them on Banggood, so they took I think they took almost a month. So I actually bought a whole 120 switch bag of Kaihl box browns. So we got some Kaihl box browns here, and these are decent. A bit more tactile, I'd say, than the Cherry MX browns. But my only issue is, and you can hear, I'll do it in front of the mic. They like click after a decent amount of use. I would say a couple weeks of use, maybe a week of heavy use. They start to get clicky. So this one's actually pretty good sounding. It's not super clicky, but here's the. They like start to have a weird like click to them, and so I didn't really like that. I use this keyboard at work. Wasn't really wanting to have that really loud, like annoying click. That's just why I went with tactile switches instead of clicky switches. I could have went linear, but I like the tactile feel. That's kind of one of the big draws to a mechanical keyboard for me. So now we're going to be upgrading to the drop Holy Pandas, which we have a 90 set here. My board is an 80, so hopefully I don't break too many pins. I don't think I broke any actually when I did my first installment, but here is the drop Holy Pandas. And I'll do a quick sound comparison actually between all three of them up to the mic. I don't know how good the quality of this mic is. What up, brother?
Are you streaming right now?
Huh?
You streaming?
I'm streaming it.
Nice.
Gonna do a sound comparison, but that's the Cherry MX Brown. And this is the Kaihl box brown. And then the Holy Pandas. Bit quieter, a lot smoother, less scratchy feeling. And so here are the three switches that I've used. And I actually do have one, I believe it's the home switch. Yeah, you can hear how clicky that is. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but basically the home switch has a Kaihl box brown on it. I forgot to take it off when I switched everything. So we're going to be moving into these Holy Pandas here. I will not be lubing the Holy Pandas today. I wish I could, but I actually don't have switch lube yet. And so that should be coming in the mail, hopefully pretty soon here. Yeah, I bought actually some of the Glorious G Lube. That's the new stuff they just came out with. And then I also bought some Krytox 205 Grade 0. That I bought maybe 2-3 weeks ago, and I don't really have any shipping status on that. So I figured might as well install the Holy Pandas first, and then after that I'll go ahead and double back and lube everything afterwards. So that will be my final build. Keycap set, before we hop into this, my keycap set I'm running is from KP Republic. It is the limited red run of the Japanese route. It's pretty easy to find. I can actually link it in the description. Not easy to find, but it's easy to get to their website and find it on there. However, the red is, like I said, a limited run, so which is why I have a couple grays here. It's their Pro Mod kit. I ran, when I went to buy the keycaps, the Pro Mod kit for the red was actually out. It's the only thing that was out, and so I bought grays. I thought they were going to cover more of the modifiers, but they didn't, so I actually just bought some more grays to kind of cover more of the outside. So basically all the alphas are going to be running red with everything else running gray, and I actually might do a full swap to gray depending on how it looks. But for now, we're running the Japanese route from KP Republic, and yeah, so let's go ahead and start tearing away at the keycaps here. We'll start at the top. Escape. Try to keep these in somewhat decent order, just so I can have an easier time putting them back together here. Now, I wish I had a bit better lighting. It's a little hard to see, at least this top left row. Don't really have the stream set up for desk stream. I actually using my webcam right now. If you guys hear like little cats in the background, I actually have a pretty young kitten. It's like about 6 weeks old, and then I also have another. It's more like a kitty, not quite kitten anymore, but he is about 5 months old, I believe, and they just recently started getting along. The little kitten, the 6-week-old kitten, actually my sister had found him outside, so we're kind of watching him for her, taking care of her. So you'll probably hear some little cats in the background. Almost done with this top row. And these keycaps are cherry style, so you'll notice, especially as we get a little bit further down, they're actually relatively thin in terms of the height of them. These are the tallest caps in the board, and they're not very tall. They are ABS, or they are PBT, and they're pretty thick PBT, but they're not double shot. These are die sub, which is fine. I actually like the die sub look. I know a lot of people are big into the double shot. I don't really like PBT double shot as much, simply because I just don't feel like it looks as good as ABS double shot. But I'm also not the biggest fan of ABS to begin with. My biggest problem with ABS is that it has that shine, which is, it's one of those things I feel like you got to get over time. I almost bought at one point. GMK had a set, and they had this set, was a, what is that called? We got Simper User 12 in here. What's up, Dino? GMK had a Evangelion set, and so I thought about buying that, but it was, drop my cap, it was gonna be like $150, I think, which is, I think, average for GMK sets, or at least for like group wide GMK sets. But I didn't want to fork it out after having already bought this set that I was waiting for in the mail. And then I also bought, Razer just has their standard PBT upgrade set. I bought actually a black one and a pink one. Those are only $30 for each set, so it really wasn't bad. But I just didn't want to fork out $150 or whatever on the Evangelion set, even though it was super sick. I just didn't do it. Get into the first stabilizer cap here. Almost done with the second row. We'll go ahead and finish out this. So there's that one hidden. Actually, I guess there's two. I guess I forgot those. Yeah, you can tell like the difference in the size of these. They drastically get smaller for the cherry caps. Let's keep going. I don't know what this song is. This is like, I'm gonna change this. This is pretty whack sounding. I just have like a free music playlist on. Don't want to get hit with any copyright strikes. I plan on uploading this to my channel after this. I don't know if I want to do a stream or not for when I actually take the Holy Pandas back out and then re-lube them. I might start with the caps already off just so it'd be faster, but I know like lubing is a very long process. And for an 80 keyboard, I know that would, especially for my first board too, lubing, probably take a very long time. I know some people say it takes like 3-4 hours for 60%. So I also have a 10 keyless actually on the way right now. I bought on Banggood. It is the Womir 80%, or like I think it's the 80, what is it, the 87K I think is what it's called, or K87, Womir K87, with Gateron yellows. So I'm kind of excited about that because I've never used Gateron switches. From what it seems, from what I see in a lot of the community, people really like Gat yellows. So we're gonna check out the Gat yellows for a budget switch, that is. Check out the Gat yellows lubed up and see how that works, see how that goes. You trying to find her? I don't know where she's at. Is he AC on, do you know? Hey, do you know? You know if the AC is on? So, it's getting a little hot in here, and I'm wondering if that's it. That'd be dope. Almost done taking the caps off, dude. This is a long-ass process. I'd say it'd probably take me another hour, probably at least. Because I gotta get all the caps off, and then I gotta take all the switches out, which is probably longer than the caps. And then I gotta put all the new ones in. Just trying to keep these in order so I can put these back together as quick as possible. And you know what? I think what I'm gonna do actually before I do the full swap, I might do a quick sound test. I'll just move my mic closer to the keyboard itself. We'll do a quick comparison sound test between, we'll do same row of keycaps, we'll do same row on the board with a Cherry MX Brown, with a Kaihl Box Brown, and then a Holy Panda. We can get the bottom of the barrel tactile switches there. And the big meme behind Cherry MX Browns is that they're linear switches. I think I saw something somewhere saying that the actual tactile bump is about, I think, 11 grams of force that it takes to overcome the bump itself, which is very minimal. I think Holy Pandas are more around in the 40s. So you get a bit more resistance on that, which gives you a more premium like feel. I actually just warped this keycap puller here. I might be breaking it, but whatever. Last row, and then the arrow keys. I do have actually 3 more cap pullers, so if this one breaks, it is what it is. Both of the Razor sets came with this kind of little switch here. Or, yeah, you can see it's all bent up on this side. Not switch, I don't know what I'm saying there. Came with that little cap puller, and then I actually bought my little brother, I think I can just yank that off, yeah. What is that? A Red Dragon? bought him a Red Dragon board for his birthday. It's just like a cheap $50 wireless board. He didn't have any like real gaming accessories or anything, so I got him that. And then what is it called? I gave him my old mouse, which was a it was a Logitech G602 or 603. I don't know. It's an MMO mouse. I bought it for playing like Smite, League of Legends, and like RuneScape. Basically anything that you would need like a lot of buttons for. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and clean out some of the dust on this. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back just to clean this. And we are back. So I just kind of basically just try to dust it off a little bit because this thing has not been cleaned in a minute. I'm going to shine my flashlight on it. That might be a bit too bright here. But basically, this is the, I believe it's Idobao or something like that. Idobao, 80 key. I think it's like a 75%. It's close to an 80% or 10 keyless, but it has a little bit less keys over here on the side. I think I'm missing 7 keys. 10 keyless are usually about 87 keys, so this is an 80 key. So what we're gonna do before we actually put everything in is I'm gonna take this middle row. We're gonna do this row right here. Yeah, we'll do that. And we'll just put the other switches in there, and so we're gonna leave one MX brown. Comes out nice and easy. We're gonna do one Keyhl box brown here. Might be a little difficult. Now this board, it's like a little awkward to put switches into, to be honest. I think you have to kind of have them a little bent. I don't really remember. There we go. So there's the Keyhl box brown, and then we're gonna take this next slot over, and we're gonna put a Holy Panda in there. There we go. Let me go ahead and move the mic a little closer. You can see the mic here. Okay. We're gonna do the Holy Panda. No cap. Not very scratchy, nice and satisfying. Let's go ahead and do the Keyhl box brown. The bottom out force is noticeably different. It feels a lot lighter. I would say smoothness. The Holy Panda definitely has like less stem wobble, and it definitely feels a bit smoother, but it isn't like significantly like worse by any means. But the Holy Panda does have a much better, yeah, it's definitely smoother, and it definitely has a much better tactility to it. The tactility to it is great. And then here is the Cherry MX Brown. It just sounds like really shallow, like nothing's. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a MX Sans for a reason, right? People meme it for a reason. Listen to that. All you hear is the scratchiness. It almost has no tactility, and at least with the box browns, it kind of feels decent. Then the Holy Panda is just sound and feel great. And then we'll do a cap test on it. I'm just gonna do JKL I don't think these are technically the right. These actually might be the wrong caps on the row. These are definitely the wrong caps on the row, but they're all the same type, so it should be fine in terms of the sound signature. So we're gonna start with the MX Browns. These feel like they look drastically different. I probably shouldn't use the J, I forgot. J has a different shape to it, because on Cherry, J's actually have a steeper curve. You can kind of, this is the J. You can see the curve is like, it's a little hard to see, but it's basically, it's a bit steeper to let you know where it's exactly at. So we're gonna put the H's on here. Okay. Now, I will say, maybe it's just a way that I put that on, but this does feel like it is really wobbly with the Holy Panda. But it's not the stem per se. I feel like it might be the cap on the stem. 'Cause look at that. It like bends a lot, and then with the box Browns, it doesn't move hardly at all. And then I would say the Cherry MX Browns are not quite as much as the Holy Pandas. Interesting. But let's listen to the sounds here. So that's the Cherry MX Browns. Here's the Kaihl box Browns. Box Browns are definitely way more tactile than the Cherry MX Browns. And then we'll do the Holy Pandas. And that feels infinitely better than the other two, honestly. And the tactility is much sharper. It's like you hit it at all and you're basically like immediately bottoming out the second you go over the tactility. It is very difficult to not bottom out. Like, you have to actually try. Which is great, actually. It's a really responsive feeling. Like, you hit it and it comes right back up immediately. Whereas with the MX Browns, it doesn't feel like any tactility is happening. Kaihl, it's there, but it's not super strong, but it's definitely noticeable. And then the Holy Pandas, it's like you touch it once and it's down and back up immediately. So that feels great. So let's go ahead and start swapping. What is it? It's GHJKL. Yep. Okay. So yeah, I'm excited about these Holy Pandas, and I think the lube themselves might make it just even that much better, but it'll be a little while before I get that. So let's start performing a little bit of surgery. We'll just start pulling from the top here. Now this is the most annoying and difficult part to get access to. I might actually need the smaller. I have a smaller switch puller that might get these a bit better. I don't want to scuff up the board a lot, so let's go ahead and we'll do those last. I'm having trouble getting up underneath them. Let's bend these back. Why is that? It's not hooking very well. Let's see if we can get this one to work. Now I'm getting under the front. There we go. Nice, much better. Okay, I think I just need to angle the way I'm pulling more. There we go. The housing is really difficult to get under on these MX Browns. Now, I do kind of want to take a look at the Holy Panda housing to see. So, I know that it's the Inveer housing. So, these are the Holy Panda V2s. I'm going to move my mic real quick. It's kind of distracting. But these are the Holy Panda. I believe they're the Holy Panda V2s from Drop. I mean, they are from Drop, but I don't think they're the V2s. The housing is, as far as I can tell, the exact same as the Cherries. I think the material's a little different, though. I don't remember the material that Inver uses, but it definitely looks a bit higher quality. I mean, I don't think my camera is good enough quality to be able to show you that, but it definitely is a little bit better. Let me look for my other switch puller. I have a little janky switch puller that came with that Red Dragon keyboard that I bought my brother. Not in there. Oh, you know what? I actually need to take the Holy Panda out anyways, the one that I currently have in. I was gonna just leave it there, but I realized that if I'm gonna take the stabilizers out to lube, I need to do that. So hopefully I still have this. It might be a little difficult, but yeah, I guess I don't have the switch puller anymore. At least not in my current area that I keep my stuff. So we're gonna have to figure out how to get these out. These are gonna be a pain. So we're gonna still try to start up here then. There we go. I got underneath it. Now, I'm getting under one side. There we go. That's one in the top row. I'm gonna shred the freaking nice metal up there, but whatever. You know what it is? Here. This green rubber is getting in the way a little bit. I'm gonna cut a little bit of that off. I'm gonna do that for both sides, just so that I can get down into the switch a little better. I do want to keep the green rubber on as a whole, because it does make these things way more comfortable to hold. Because like I said, I have that other switch puller, and it is very uncomfortable. So I'm glad I bought these. It's taking apart keyboard and removing switches without these was very painful in my hands. And to do it 80 times is not very fun. I did not cut through this very well. There we go. Okay. Do that. Let's put the blade away. And let's see if we can get this to work a bit better. Okay, that should be pretty good. We should not be getting hindered by the... Now, these are just really not wanting to get down beneath that switch. I don't know why. Well, there it goes. Now, I don't know if I'll ever have a use for these again, these MX Browns, but we're going to just hold on to them anyways, I guess. Not completely trash them. Maybe as a memento for my first build. I can be a little bit embarrassed by it down the line. These are going to get worn out quick. Just got to get through this top row, really. I actually might flip it over this way. It might make it a little easier on myself. And you guys can still kind of see it. These are bending like crazy. You know what might actually, I think I was able to do this a lot easier from the back of the board before. Let me find my way to get back there again. I think I have a specific tool. Yeah, so I'm actually gonna just take the back off the board, and I think that might actually be good, because I need to get back there anyway so I can adjust, so I can lube the stabilizers, so I might as well. Set these off to the side. This board was actually very easy to put together too. I do like this Idobao or whatever whatever it is, 80. It was I believe around 150 or 180 for the. It's a case, but it also has the built-in plate, and it came with a PCB, so it was the full kit. Pretty solid, I would say, pretty solid board. I actually found it from, it was Tay Keyboards on YouTube. Actually did a video on it, and that's kind of where I got the idea for this board. It was very affordable. Now in the long run, I've spent a good amount putting this thing together, but the case itself I think was pretty affordable for how much these things can run for, and the fact that it came with the PCB was big. So what I'm gonna do is probably just pop the switches out from the back. Man, these things are in here good. Now I had literally no problem doing this with the Kaihls. Watch, I'll probably be able to get the Kaihl out easy. Guess it's not very easy. Oh, there we go. A little bit easier at least. There's the Kaihl. See if we can get the Holy Panda out. The Holy Panda loosened up quite a bit, pretty easily there. In the middle, these things are way easier. Now, why is it such a problem in the other spots? I wonder if it's because these things are so bent now. Oh yeah, no, these things, I guess just having them really bent like this is like making it way better. I just realized this is a really crappy angle for everybody to see. Yeah, I don't want these to bend too much, but just enough, I guess. Yeah, these are coming out like butter now. It's way easier to get in there with these being bent like this. I don't know why that is. I mean, this one I'm having a bit of trouble with. I might need to bend them back in a little bit. Almost finished with one row, and quite a bit left to go after that. I wonder if I can find a way to get better lighting on everything here. That's a bit more. I mean, it'll cast a shadow a little bit, but yeah, that's fine. I didn't realize how much lighter this is without the bottom. things are such a pain. If you don't get underneath them, they're just not going to come out. So I keep getting under the back on this, which originally was my problem before, was I wasn't able to get under the back, but now it's the front that I can't get under very well. Oh. There we go. Okay, that whole top row is done. You can see it's all scratched up in there, but it is what it is. It had to be done. Had to get those monstrous MX Browns out of there. Got the Kayhls out. I think my cat might be knocking on my door. I think he got out. I am washed out. There's one stab free. It's a little tiring. I'm probably going to wipe this down after. Take the PCB out, wipe that. Well, I don't know if I want to. Do microfiber cloths like cause static? That's one thing I want to know. They might. These things are way better when they're slightly angled because they dig down deep into it pretty quick. And a little bit of tricks of the trade here. These might be a little... No, they're not too bad. Not yet, at least. Starting to get down in the bottom, so these might be a little bit of a pain too. Although it does feel like there's a bit more space down here than to work with in the top. Not nearly as many switches either down there. So I think, never mind. I was gonna say I think once I get these all out, my PCB might actually just fall out, but I forgot. It's being held in right now by some screws. And yeah, these stabilizers are actually they're plate mount, or I guess the case is they're mounted to, which kind of sucks. So that's the one downside of this case that I really find, is the fact that you can only really use plate mounted stabs, or at least with a specific board PCB that you have. This PCB is like, I think it's really specific to this case. I don't know if you can find another PCB for this case. So that is like the major downside, is you're kind of stuck with what you got. Another weird thing about this case is that it does have RGB on the PCB, but it's on the underneath of the PCB. So like when you have your board plugged in and you have everything like on and going, you'll notice like a little tiny red light between the cracks of each of your between the cracks of each of your switches or each of your keys, but it's just kind of strange because it's like now it's not like it doesn't shine through by any means, but if you look pretty intently, you'll be able to see between the cracks, and you'll see a little tiny red light. It doesn't come through like RGB normally would. Let's go ahead and put all these MX browns away. 80 of them. Sheesh. I think this is also 120. I think about 120. Because when I first bought them, I was like, I just want to be safe, just in case I start breaking stuff. You know, the pins are fairly fragile, and I was not very mentally prepared. I thought it was going to be a lot more difficult. But yeah, you can see these are the little lights down here for these little white squares are the little lights for the RGB. So it like shines underneath the board, but since it's a solid dark black board, it's not clear. You don't see any of it. So if this board was clear, which I don't think it has a clear option, then sure, it'd be kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, they just are there for some reason. It does have slots though. Oh no, the screw fell through that. It's whatever, I'll get it out. It does have slots, I believe, for you to install RGB yourself upwards. But then again, I'm running die subbed keycaps, so I don't really care about RGB. I just think it's weird that they would build it this way. Like whoever manufactured it. And again, I will put all of the links to all the stuff I have on this board in the description. So here is the PCB. It's actually pretty clean. PCB. It is Type C. There's the underneath. You've already kind of seen that. Trying to get it so that it's pretty glary, but hold on a second. My cat was clawing up my door, so I had to let him in. And here are the stabilizers. I don't know how to get these out. There we go. That was, wow. So I mounted these very strangely. These were way harder to put on than they were to get out. So you actually just push in at the bottom here, and then you can just push it right out and it comes straight out. So there's two. Dude, I had to force these things in like crazy. What the heck was I doing with this? There's that. There we go. Okay, all of them are out. Now we have the blank case. That's how it would appear to you guys. It's just a built-in plate in there. I'm gonna get this does not work as well as I thought it was going to, but can we at least get down in the corner down here, a little bit of the dust that's down there, and then maybe on this top ridge. There's that, and there's that extra piece. Set that off to the side here. Stabs. I'm gonna grab. Now, I don't think these stabs need clipped, but I'm probably going to do it anyways. See if it helps, because I do have a little bit of a trouble, especially with the spacebar, with it being sitting a little too high, and it makes the spacebar feel pretty mushy. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my clipper real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, so we got the wire cutters here, and let's go ahead and snap out these stabs. They have a little bit of factory lube on them, but it is a very minimal amount, very unnoticeable. And there we go. So we have the pieces. There's another one. It does have a tiny bit of grease. Just gonna get the camera to focus on it. You can kind of just see, like, on the shine there, it's a little bit off. Sorry if it's not the best. I do not have the greatest streaming setup here. And that's 2. Three, and 1 more to go. And 4. Okay. Gonna get that napkin back, and ideally, I do not think the hole is big enough. It is not. For it to fit down in the grease. Okay, it did there. But I don't think it's going to get very much on it that way, so what we're going to do here is probably dump some of this out. Pour some of it out onto here. And I know people are usually pretty liberal with the amount of grease they put on their stabs, so and I actually do have, we're gonna get this brush that I have out, and I probably leave that there actually, and I'm gonna pour some more of this out. Very, very slow. Okay, so there's a bit more there. It's not as fine tipped as I'd like it to be. Yeah, this is a pretty crappy brush for this, but it is what I have. I'm just trying to see. Looks pretty good. We'll just do all of these casings first. Still light coating because, again, I don't have that much grease, not that much dielectric grease, and my brush kind of sucks. So we're just gonna have to make do with what we've got. And make the best of it. So I think it's looking pretty good though. Only 4 more, halfway through. Yo, what's up, Static? No worries. Are you still there? I don't know if you're still there or not, man. I actually haven't been looking because I haven't seen anybody in here. Hope all is going well. I am actually just doing a little bit of a keyboard overhaul here. Kind of got into doing the keyboard stuff a few months ago. one more of these. I do not. Oh, my phone is using my light. Those should be pretty solid. Let me set this down for a minute. Okay, yeah, he's not in here anymore. Big rip, but yeah, that's cool. He stopped by though. It's been a minute. Let me check what my phone is doing. Okay, we're all good. Set that back up. That actually looks a bit better actually. However, I just set that back up. And we're gonna do quickly, just lightly on both sides here. We're going to put it in. Oh, you know what? I didn't clip yet. You know what? We're going to wipe this off. Just because I don't want to get it all over my fingers. Okay, so... there we go. It's one clip. Let's go for the next. Two. I honestly hope this helps because I am kind of like annoyed at how these stabs are just super mushy. And they are the base stabs that come with this board, with this set. It's just like it's very hard to find other stabs for it. I don't find that plate mount stabs are very easy to come across, especially good ones. Everybody recommends like Durox and like other stabilizers like that, but those tend to be PCB mount from what I've seen. I'm not too active on any sort of like keyboard forum or anything, so I'm sure I could like go on like Mech Market or like, you know, Mechanical Keyboard Reddit and see if anybody has any information there to help me out, but I just haven't really done it. We're gonna see how these treat me first, and we'll go from there. So let's go ahead and start lubing up these little guys. That's one. And I believe that's the right way. Okay, nice. Let's do one more. Okay, it's another stab, so apply some grease to the actual stabilizer and get it nice and locked in there. Dang it, I just wiped it all off. I think I actually did this incorrectly. I believe so. I'm all sorts of messing this one up. So I think I may have put this in the wrong direction. There we go. That took me a minute to figure that out. Okay. Reapply lube, some grease onto that. And I gotta actually flip the stem around here. And we should be smooth sailing after this. I feel like I've got a good idea as to how this is supposed to work. Maybe not. I might actually... I think I flipped the stem incorrectly. Yep. Nope. I did that wrong. Dang it. How do I keep doing that? It doesn't want to go up. It wants to go down. I think I was right the first time. I think I was just putting it in the wrong... There we go. Okay. That's one stab down. Jeez. It's a mess. Okay. Hopefully the next ones aren't as bad. I'm going to put a little bit more grease down here. Not quite that much, okay. That was really easy. Really easy. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm getting the hang of this. That'd be sick. With the okay. Stab number 2 there. 2 more to go. And I think I know the orientation that these need to go in now, so nope, I was wrong. Okay, so it's the opposite of what I just thought. Okay, sick. Got it. Okay, now I know. Now I know. Could have figured that out a little earlier. With a little bit more observation. It is the open end. Goes towards the bottom. And then apply a little bit less spray. Wipe that off. There we go. Feeling good. Nice. Okay, two more. Well, it's the last stab in general. So like there's a little bit excess on there. And the open hole in towards the front like that. Let's get the other one done too, actually, while we're at it. Mm. 90% sure that's the right direction. It definitely is. I'm just missing it, I guess. These are all sorts of messy, man. Forgive me, keyboard gods. There we go. Yeah, these actually go all the way to the bottom now. I freaking never did that before because of the way that the other legs did, that I clipped did. It worked. Okay, so let's last stab, nice and easy. I'm actually gonna go quickly wash my hands, just get some of this. Well, maybe I should just wipe it off because I'm probably gonna get some on it anyways as I'm putting it back into the board. But I believe these can quickly be mounted, and man, I really don't remember which way these are supposed to go. I believe this goes down. I'm gonna try to figure this out real quick. No, okay. This goes downwards. The bar is going downwards. Okay. That's stab number one in. Let's go ahead and move the grease station out of the way. Move that up here. Off screen. Once we get all 4 stabs in, I'm gonna go ahead and wash my hands because don't want that to be super messy. So yeah, these are gonna follow the same pattern with the metal bar facing downwards. I really hope this does improve the feel. of these stabilizers. They really don't feel very good right now. I probably should have sound tested that for you guys, but I forgot. Oh, yo, I'm a rookie. These are upside down. Luckily, they're easy to get out. So let's just. I just realized that my board was upside down when I was down there, and I was like, wait, what the heck is going on? Yeah, no, let's redo that. Okay. Let's flip that. He's still face downwards, so. Big rip, I missed. This is really awkward. One fell through, the other one lined up, so let's try that one more time there. It's kind of in the way. Definitely gonna have to clean this board. There we go. That one is linked up properly. I'll do all the small guys first. The lighting kind of is throwing me off a little bit. It is a bit harder to see what I'm doing. But the flashlight in my phone definitely makes the quality of the video look a little better, so I'm going to leave it on. Yes, these actually go down all the way. So I wonder if it's a PCB issue. But those are all in, so I'm going to go wash my hands real quick. I'll be back in like a minute. I'm going to also grab some other stuff. What up, brother?
I'm gonna watch this clip real quick of this dude on Split. Watching how he moves with Rays. Yeah, I was like,
That was so fluid.
I know, I need to learn how to do that. I didn't even know video. No, that was a dog outside. I literally just got in here.
Okay. I'm like pretty good of the way through.
How many views you got on there?
Huh?
How many viewers you got?
Just one. Just you, I think. Let's look at the underneath of this. Yeah, there's some grease down here. Sorry for the quality, y'all. I'm just cleaning up the grease from me being stupid and putting this upside down. Okay. Sick. So now we can start. I think we can put the PCB back in. Set up the light again. Right, that's the next step. PCB. It's PCB, then switches. And so I need 6 on the bottom. I think I had 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I had 4 in the board. There we go. No, that's just not even close to being one. There we go. There we go. Try again. Yeah, I like to do these top mounted ones like towards the middle so I prevent PCB flex. and then the bottom, like down here and right here. Guess it's not one. Yeah, there's no hole there. We'll do this one right here. Do I want this one? Do I have extra screws for this? I do not. Okay. Well, there is the PCB. We can go ahead and put the back plate back on. I'm going to test the stabilizers first. You know how my spacebar was like kind of goofy feeling?
Yeah.
So I clipped the stabilizers, which is like basically there's these little legs on the stabilizers that are supposed to kind of dampen the impact on the PCB when they go down. And so a lot of people like clip those as a mod. Now I'm not sure if mine even contact the PCB, but I clipped them anyways because it doesn't really harm it. And then I also lube my stabilizers, so I'm gonna see if that helps alongside with the Holy Pandas. I don't think it's gonna help too much, but I think lubing it would probably make them like feel a little better. Yeah. I was not very careful with it. I probably should have put more time into it, but just the stabs. Okay. Back plate is back on. All right. We get time for the Holy Pandas. Okay, spacebar time. It's very hollow sounding. Enter. Backspace. These are clipping in like a dream. Okay, so let's get enter, backspace, spacebar, and that is shift. Where is my left shift? How am I missing that? Oh, there it is. Definitely like bottoms out better. Let's see the space. That was the worst offender. Dude, this is way better.
Sounds better.
Yeah, it'll sound better too once I have everything in the board. Right now it sounds really like hollow. But that's because the board is echoey. That's really nice. Yeah, this is way better. So clipped and lubed on the stabs is the key. This one's still a little spongy, but enter's pretty good. And backspace is really good. Backspace and shift or space feel the best. Let's just start going one by one, I guess. We can if you want. I'll probably be done with this in like 30 minutes, right? Yeah, sit down. Yeah, I did like a comparison between the Pandas, the MX Browns, and then also the Keycaps Browns.
Yeah.
The Pandas just sound and feel way better, like on the board and everything, even with the caps on. Any basketball tonight?
So you're watching what?
So is it 1-1?
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, I would say I saw Lakers won. I think yesterday, right, or 2 days ago. Didn't AD and Harden both get in like trouble?
I didn't see that part, but I heard about it.
Yeah, I think there was like a slight altercation or something. Huh? Yeah, I have no clue. I'm probably about halfway through putting all the switches in.
Yeah, we canceled club this week.
You were gonna have club?
Not club.
Oh. It was.
Because so many people want possibly having.
Okay. That's tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
So I think I'm hanging out with Haley tomorrow. Thursday I might go skating. I don't know. Tomorrow? Yeah, let's say like I'd be down to go shooting sometime because I've not kicked a soccer ball in forever. Did you end up going with Trevor the other day?
No, I didn't text him. I don't know what I did yesterday. It's like kind of forgot about it. I also probably just played video games.
things off for a minute. See the full glory of the Holy Pandas here.
Did you eat, girl? Yeah.
She was eating a little bit of his dry food.
Yeah, she does that a lot.
These are the ones I'm most worried about. Is this freaking top row. Making sure they work.
What?
So I'm the only ones I'm like when I put the switches in. The only row I ever like worry about is the top row because they're the hardest ones to put in properly and not bend. But these are actually like the pins in these switches came like really good. Like they're very straight. So nice because it's everything's like clicking in. Low effort. I say that and then I find one spot that's like I'm having a little bit of an issue. Hopefully that one works. More switches. Test them before I put the caps on. That's hollow sounding. What's the score at? You said 37-38?
Yeah, Lakers are leading by 1. Oh, do you smell your own farts?
She just rip one on you? Where's Simon at? He downstairs?
Yeah. Maybe.
Last switch. There is the holy. Let's block that. The Holy Pandas in all their glory. Doing the reds. I don't know if I even need that anymore.
Oh, you just put the switch in there.
Yeah. Have to station a little bit. I'm gonna test, make sure all of them work before I put all the caps on. pretty impressed with myself that I know where the keys are. I'm typing without caps on. It's not key switch tester. Just key testing? Yeah, here we go, keyboard checker. Those all work. Sick. Dude, they all work. Sick. Okay. Flip this board back around. That sounds nice.
Feels good too.
Yeah, it feels really solid. Yeah, they all sound and feel really good. Okay. Wait until I get my grays in.
So are you gonna do the whole thing gray, or are you just gonna have the inside gray and like the red outline?
I think I'm gonna do the inside red and the outline gray, cause I'm missing some outline pieces. So like the Pro Mod kit for the modifiers on the outside, I have all the alphas. It's like the inside pieces. I have all those. So I'm gonna just probably do red on the inside. I mean, I might do all gray depending on if it looks really nice. Cause the grays have red. They have red. The kanji is red, or the hiragana is red, like the Japanese. So I'm like, that could look really sick. Just depends on how it pans out. With caps on, dude, these feel like 10,000 times better. Like, it's actually insane how much better these feel.
Yeah.
Like the amount of tactility on these things compared to the other ones, it's like pretty nuts. Just doing this. Jeez. almost done here. Couple more switches, couple more caps on them. Control windows off. Final board. This is a bit spongy, it might be overlubed a little bit, but that sounds way better. Let's do a quick test here. I'm actually gonna add it something to this scene. Browser service. We're gonna do a display capture. There we go. You can see this inception here. We're gonna make this a lot smaller down into the corner here. And I'm actually gonna pull this over into my other and do a typing test. A little bit smaller there, so you can see the whole thing. Not typing it. Oh, I must be on caps. Okay, here we go. .72. I messed a lot, but we're gonna go for we're gonna do a 10 fast fingers. Pull out the wrist rest. .70 words per minute, not bad. Been up in that range. Just realized I've been like trying to do typing sounds, but with music on the whole time. So we'll turn music off, and we'll do. Feel that? They just have a lot like thicker tactile feel to it. I feel the spacebar too. It makes like a good sound now. It's like not as spongy, but you can like the sounds good.
That does feel good. So, what's different about this? Did you just buy this cuz? Or?
The other ones I kind of messed up trying to cut my guitar strings with. So those are just a lot better. Like, because if you look at the other ones, like too, if you like try using them, you can feel they like click, because it's like all messed up. So let's go for some typing sounds.